Okay, and then the coolest program ever, at least I'm biased, but that's okay, that I really am hoping to get Southern Duchess Rotary involved with. We went to Uganda. Uganda is in the eastern part of Uganda, about an hour and a half from the border with Kenya. And noticed that they had 2 ambulances, because we're all EMTs and paramedics. Noticed that they had 2 ambulances, but that they weren't working. Now, if one of you were to suddenly stand up and clutch your chest and fall to the ground, if we weren't in a room full of doctors, just pretend. The first thing we would think to do would be to call 911 and be like, oh my goodness, I need an ambulance right now. And try to get transport to a hospital where someone would be able to help you fix that problem. In Uganda, where everyone lives below the poverty line, you don't have enough to eat, you don't have any medical care, you don't have any education, obviously a lot more medical problems for people there than some people here. There isn't any ambulance program that works. There's no way for people to get to the hospital, and consequently you have massive quantities of people with a lot of treatable and fixable medical emergencies that have no way to access the healthcare system, which seems pretty silly, being, riding on an ambulance all the time. So we went and asked the district, why aren't your ambulances working and what can we do to fix this? And they said, wow, we would love to have an ambulance program, but our ambulances don't work because the people can't fuel them. It costs about 1/3 to 1/2 of what they make in a year to fuel the ambulance once, and they have to pay for it. People are impoverished, so they don't have that money. They're too big and bulky to reach the deep villages because there aren't roads to get to them. We don't have enough training, we don't have enough supplies, and we don't have a communication system. But if you can solve all those problems, we would love to have an ambulance program. And it's like, great, how are we going to solve these problems? And so I sat down with my fellow Vassar Uganda Project volunteers board, most of which are all Rotaractors. Yay. And we sat down with the district health offices who are in charge of medicine for the District of Uganda and found this thing called an E-Ranger ambulance, which is a motorcycle modified to handle really tough terrain that pulls a trailer that has room for a patient, a medical attendant, medical gear strapped to the outside, backboard on the other side, and a roll bar over the top that doubles as an IV pole. I thought that was really cool. So they make these in South Africa, and they're really successful in Malawi, Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa, Afghanistan. There's 12 different countries that they have these programs that are starting to work.